Hello, good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? Kevin Chan here, 7:30 in the morning as usual. And then we're gonna go in and look at another one of the QiMen formation, which is the double deceit, double deception, 重渣, whichever you want to call it. Too many people is calling it in a different name. Probably one day I will also go and change the name so that the name is a little bit more closer to the description of the formation itself. So good morning to everyone. First, I can see that Manuel is around, Pekpo is around, Peter Stia is there, Bonnie is there, Simon is there, Heritage is around. How are you guys all doing? Right, so yesterday was the Hong Kong fire. Yesterday or day after, or the day before, it was the Hong Kong fire, big fire thingy. Then there was a earthquake in Sumatra, right? So now earthquake in Sumatra. So right now there is a big storm forming in Malaysia. So next 3 days is going to be rain. So yeah, this month is really a very interesting month, right? So for those of you who doesn't know, this month is a year breaker month for the snake year. So the pig is the clashing animal sign. So that's why this month is a bit, the energy is a bit all over the places. All right, so be careful for those of you who are in Malaysia, KL, especially Penang region. KL Penang region, take care of your car. Don't simply plug near the tree, right? So our tree really love a hugging car nowadays, so be careful of that. Retention wall also, please keep away from retention wall because of the constant rain. The wall has already absorbed too much water, so might not work, right? So of course the normal flooding, if you're parking, choose rooftop parking space. Right, don't go underground. That's basically what you want to do, right? So just take care of yourself, and for the rest of you, stay dry, right? The rest of you just stay dry in Malaysia, okay? Right, so take care. Oh yes, also Vietnam also have their typhoon mini thingy going to the shore, so it's just everywhere. It's either wet. Okay, right, so take care of yourself, right? So come, let's go in and take a look at today's topic, right? So today's topic, right? So if you are studying QiMen after a certain level, you will find that the application always revolve around usage of formation. That's it. QiMen is a very formation art, right? So we seldom use stuff in isolation. So we try to find certain formation. So formation means that different layers of energy are stacked together in forming a special condition for certain activity to be done so that it is smooth, right? So that's the entire idea of it. So if you know how to interpret the different level, when I talk about different level, it's basically the door, the stars, the deities, and also the stamps, right? So these are like the 4 separate ingredients of cooking. So the entire purpose of cooking is not to eat the ingredients separately. Is to eat the ingredient in unison together, right? So you are the cook, you are to put all this together, and this is going to be the meal, right? So you can see that it's like a burger, right? So right, so in QiMen then there is a bunch of standard meal on the menu, right? So which is the 3 precious, which is the bird falling into cave, you've done that. The green dragon, jade maiden, this 3 is the echelon top of the menu, right? Everybody loves these 3. Then if in a situation, so QiMen is a lot of time is talking about if you are in a situation whereby you cannot outright win the situation. Okay, very clear. So if you can outright win the situation, there is no point negotiating anything. Right, so you are talking about a time frame whereby if you have the might and power, there's actually no point negotiating with anyone. Right, so negotiation only makes sense if you don't have the power to actually outright whack the fella. Right, so then you go into a phase whereby you need to conserve your resources, or you need to conserve your army, right? So because why? If you in a very non-calculated, very stupid manner, you go and engage in a battle with another party, even if you win, your entire army level, your entire army would actually be shrunken. So that's definitely got people who's gonna die. It's during this particular time that other opponents who have not thought of attacking you will come and attack you. right? So Chinese say is a Tong Long Bo Xin Wang Jiok Zai Hao. There's always this sort of situation. So which means that is the mantis hunting the cicada, while the yellow bird is will hunt both of you. So you better be careful. So engaging in battle in the olden days is a very dangerous activity. So because there will be somebody else from behind, they will come and attack. So that's why the entire QiMen system is actually to prolong your survival. Right? If you are able to avoid actual confrontational fight, then it's better. So that's why a lot of this what we call formation is used for deception purpose. It's used to misdirect people. It's used for concealment. It is used for running. Right? So it's to make sure that you don't die. That's it. You don't die, you can always come back. Right? If you die, if you get yourself into a dire situation, then there's no coming back. Right? So, and the 100 stem formation is basically telling you when you're engaging with the other party, what is the odds of the circumstance. Right? So when you put all of these together, then you have what we call a winning chance or a scorecard to see whether this particular battle you're on the winning side or on the losing side, or more importantly is, what is basically on the table. Even if you win, right? So that's why it's very important sometimes that you need to know how to interpret this from a different perspective, right? So come, let's go and take a look at, one of it, the 3 deceit, right? So the 3 deceit, which is samza, right? So the 3 deceit and also the 5 fake samza nga, right? So it's basically together one. There is a package, right? So they are basically called the smoke and mirror package, right? So the 9 dun is the runaway package. Right, so we are talking about smoke and mirror right now, which is to misdirect or to conceal certain stuff so that the other party will not do things, or will do things in a will be directed to a different place. It's basically look there, all right? So it's basically a look there system. Right, so we have done the real deceit already, right? So the real deceit is basically leveraging on the misinformation, right? So misinformation of the situation. Either you send out the wrong information, or you are trying to conceal information that you have, right? So then we have double deceit, right? So now if you're just reading the name, actually it doesn't make any sense. One. By the way, the word double, chong, is actually not double. It's actually stack. Chong is actually stacking. It's actually not doubling, right? Double usually is using the word xiong. So xiong is double. Double xiong is basically 2, right? So chong is actually one on top of another. So that's why a lot of time, the English wording, I would just use it as a reference. Right, you don't think that double deceit things have double, right? So but you can also say that, right? So you got chongza mean there is a layers in terms of the deceit. There are different layers of it, right? So the easiest probably is the one that you might be a little bit familiar with, Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the movie, Inception. Is it Inception, right? So Inception, they go into a person dream one. You will see that during a part that you see that a person go into the dream, and then in the person's dream they still go into another dream, then go into another. It's the layers, right? So you don't know which one is actually real, which one is actually not real. You don't even know if the thing that you're watching right now is real life, or is inside the dream state, right? So in the end also, they do this, they say that, hey, is this the last scene, whereby he spin the top, and then they left a question there: is that particular scene real life, or is it inside the dreams of Leonardo DiCaprio's head? So is that is the layer or the duality or the double that is basically talking about, right? So so one is basically information concealment or information blacked out. Then this is resource concealment. So why is it called a resource concealment? Because the formula involves the earth, right? So you can see that the rest of the component is the same. This 3 deceit or the component is the same, which is painting the 3 noble, or you call it the 3 noble, right? So some K, right? So the 3 noble, some K painting, and then with the 3 auspicious door, life door, rest door, open door, right? It's basically these 3. So it looks the same. right? It's just changing the earth, right? So the earth deity is in charge of resources that you already own. Okay, right. So for those of you, who did not go and watch the individual, right? So earth deity in charge of resources that you already own. So these are stuff that is already there, physical real stuff. Whereas nine heaven, right? So nine heaven is resources that is possible in the future. Future possible resources is nine heaven, right? So these two can be used as a measurement of resource, right? So that's why some things when you see that it's governed by nine heaven, mean that the future is bright, whereas nine earth is now is bright. So how, right? You want now bright or future is bright? So now again, a lot of people when they apply QiMen is to forecast. So forecast means that you're always looking at the future. So that's why a lot of time the nine heaven has a better profile than nine earth. Right, so because the nine heaven usually would project that you would have more resources than right now. So a lot of people take things for granted. They don't know how to use stuff that they already have, right? So they always wish for more stuff, but whereas the stuff that they already have, they have not used it, right? So I'm sure you have, like, you buy a lot of things, and then you keep it in the cupboard, like cookware. My mother's time. Okay, you go and buy a lot of those zebra, big pot, small pot, medium pot, whatever pot, then you keep all inside the cabinet. Those are called resources that you have, lor. Then now Black Friday, today Black Friday, right? If I'm not wrong, right? Then you see that zebra is having a sale. And then you take a look at it. Oh, this saucer pan I haven't buy yet. Then go and buy one. That is called nine heaven, or future, lor. You might want to use the saucer pan, but all the pan that is inside your cabinet right now, you have never used it. Those are called nine earth. So resources that have, right? So this one is leveraging on the resources that you have, right? So there's a few ways to do, like, you want to leverage on the resource you have. So the one that I told you is very simple. You try to sell the same resources to many people. Which is not a very different things. So if you see now, because right now Black Friday, I tell you, Black Friday, if you go on platform, different platform, so you can share Shopee, Lazada, whichever, right? Whichever platform you see that, there are certain handbag. Right, handbag usually does that, a big brand, right? So big brand, what they do is that they got their brand, let's say Bonia, right? So let's say Bonia. Let's say Bonia is a brand. In Malaysia, Bonia is a brand. Qi Men Dun Jia, haven't go the Dun Jia part yet, right? So yeah, Bonia is actually a big brand in Malaysia, Okay, in Malaysia, Bonia is actually a very big brand. Outside Malaysia, don't know, nobody bother about it, right? So they will actually take certain product, but they only have probably one or two only the product, which is past season or whatever. Then they will mark down to about 70%. 70-80%. They'll give this out discount because it is taking up space in the storage area. So what they do is that they'll post in Shopee, they'll post in Lazada, they'll post here, post here, but they only got two only, but they will post multiple. And all this platform is not linked. So if somebody buy from Shopee and then they buy from Lazada, buy from this, they got no product to deliver to them, because they only got two only, the storage only got two, and the media manager wouldn't be able to take it off the shelf as they like. So they look like they are selling multiple different thingy, right? So this is a very description of a double deceit, right? Very description of double deceit. It's basically I'm telling you, I either have or I don't have a certain asset that's basically used for certain things. You are creating a false front for people. Another one more great usage is if you try to borrow stuff from people, right, you need collateral. You try to borrow stuff, you need collateral. It means that you need something that is of value to people. This one is it. You don't have the collateral. Don't that mean that this particular house that you use for collateral, probably you already sell it to someone else, but you use it, right? So one practice in the world of property buying, right? So now again, these are not new stuff, right? So I'm telling you things that is basically happening in the market, right? So you don't get right? So it's called a compression loan. Compression loan is basically you telling bank that I'm borrowing from different bank because I want to compare the rate, right? So you're buying one unit, right? So you're buying one unit, so you take that one particular unit, you go to different bank to borrow money. Sounds legitimate, but problem is that people exploit this particular loophole in the banking checking system. So when the bank go in and check this 4 bank, let's say 4 bank, they go in and check your system, right? They see that they got 4 loans from 4 different banks. So each of the bank thinking that you are comparing loan, but actually all the 4 loan is 4 different units, right? 4 different units, same amount. So you buy 4 units at the same time, same amount, but you go to the 4 banks. So the 4 banks trying to compete for your business. All 4 approved, you take all 4 loans. This one is can use as double deceit. Right? So can you see you're using one set of asset and then you are multiple copying, right? Multiple copying. So this one like that double deceit is very good during war. Is that you only got one set of army. You got one set of army. You might want to make a different copy of the army. Is to show people that you have certain asset that you actually don't have. Or concealment mean that you show people you don't have the asset, but actually you have it. That is also one way to do so. Right? That is also one way to do so, is to pretend to not have to lure people to come in. So if you have this sort of situation that you're trying to do, right, you are trying to leveraging on resource, borrowing money, borrow stuff, whatever it is, right? So yeah, you can do this, right? So which means that double deceit is really good for business type of situation. Whereby you want to IPO also is usable in this, right? So IPO, right? So it's basically you can see in a actual what you call funding process, right? The fund that basically coming is in multiple of the actual business worth, right? So they are betting on betting on maybe one day you will be as big as that. So you don't really have the asset. Sometimes the entire business actually don't have anything at all. That's basically for IT business. IT business is basically empty one. Right? IT business is basically empty, right? So and then you go out and you promise people, you show people like I got this much market. Actually don't have one. And this much market maybe is a copy of a lot of phantom user around. So it's what you can use, right? So you can use this particular formation to help you to make your size look bigger, right? So this is like the chicken opening the wing, right? So actually full of air, right? But for a animal that doesn't have a keen sense of vision, when you open up the wing, right? So you look bigger. So they will try to avoid coming to you, right? They think that you are a bigger monster than normal. So, yeah, that's what they do. Okay. Find the chart behind is what do you mean by find the chart behind is new to you? Bonnie, this one is typing astro. We've been talking about. Later we'll go into the demo to take a look. Right, so come, let's take a look at some convergence. So you are generally it's about leveraging. It's about leveraging certain stuff, right? So now of course you're leveraging certain stuff for our modern thing is usually for collateral purpose. It's to show people you have something, but actually maybe you don't have it. Right? You have something, maybe you don't have it, which means that it's like maybe you borrow the car from your brother. Also can, right? So it's basically double deceit. I got a car, I just borrow from my friend, to show you that I have a car, but I actually don't have the car. So now again, apologize, fellow insurance salesman, mutual fund salesman, MLM practitioner. Right. Yeah, you go and buy a BMW. The BMW is not owned by you, So yeah, right? So you buy it from loan you show people that I'm damn successful right now. That is 穷渣. Right? So that's basically double deceit. Right? So if you want to do that, that's what you want to do. This is the formation that you want to do. Right? So double deceit is make your size look bigger. The normal circumstance is that to make sure the other party won't do anything stupid. Right? Okay, right. So one of the example that you can say is the Zhuge Liang and also Sima Yi, the what we call Hong Seng Gai, the empty city what we call the empty city strategy. Right. So this is where Zhuge Liang purposely open up the city space and then tell them that come on, walk in, walk in. So then Sima Yi tell everybody that, oh no, Zhuge Liang, you know, have a lot of army hiding behind the thing. If we go in, walk in, then we will get ambushed, we will die. Let's go back lah. Right, it's those type of situation, right? So you want to do it, you can. Right, so up to you, right? So favorable for borrowing, because borrowing you need collateral. Right, for borrowing you need collateral. Now borrowing actually IPO share listing is a form of borrowing. It's just that the lender is, you know, people who buy the share, right? So also what you call what is the one, government bond. Government bond basically is a borrowing against, you know, the governments, right? So you know, so if you're going through borrowing, so now if you are going to the bank, you know, you're gonna set up a loan, then it's good for you to find a double deception day, or double deception hour. You can travel towards the bank using the double deception direction. I know that would basically give the appearance to the bank that, you know, you have good collateral. Either your business is doing real good, okay, your business is doing real good. It was kind of good, right? So, you know, yeah, right? So you want favorable credit terms, so these are all they can. Right? So personal development also is good for wealth accumulation, right? So either through asset or knowledge. Now, wealth accumulation means that leverage buying of asset itself, right? So you don't have the money, then, you know, you put in a little bit of a deposit and then you take it back. There are other what we call business practices of what we call double deceit. You know, so again, Asia also, please don't kill me. Right, so now what Asia does a lot of time is that they sell ticket in advance. Yeah, you know, they give you, you know, 2 ringgit tickets. They sell ticket in advance. So what happens is that when they sell the ticket in advance, all this ticket that has been sold in advance, the money that they have collected are cash. But the cash at this current moment, it is not called revenue to the business yet. Right, so these are future revenue, but the cash they have, a bank would recognize this cash as collateral. So they're actually taking your money and use it as collateral, so they can borrow against this money that they have given to you. So when they borrow against it, they can buy airplane. Yeah, you know, collateral, you know, they get the money, you know, they get the loan, they go and buy airplane. But when they buy airplane, that time they haven't paid for the airplane yet, because they just put in a deposit for the delivery of the plane. So once they have deposit of the delivery of the plane, they can sell this non-existing plane seat to you, you know, in the future. Right, you can see, right, there's no plane, right, in the first place, but they are selling you empty seat in the future, which you also not confirm whether you fly or you not fly one. So you buy that seat, again, money come in, I take the money, go and get loan, buy another plane. Now I got more empty seat that doesn't exist, I sell it to you. Can you see that this process can be done many rounds, and, you know, they can collect many money. And up until, you know, the day that they need to service that time, then only they worry lah. If at that particular time, you know, they can't service you, everything goes wrong, they declare bankruptcy lah. Then you can't do anything, tell you. But if they cannot, you know, turn, this is also why a lot of the China property market, a lot of bubble actually formed because of this. A lot of economic bubble, like the China property market is the same. I sell you this particular building, so I got all the money already, but this building haven't finished building. Then I take this particular money, right, I go and sell you another non-existing building, then I take money, sell you non-existing building, take money, non-existing. So I've already spent all the money, you know, to buy my car, you know, whatever it is in the front. So if this one cannot be, if I cannot continue to sell you new building, I don't have money to finish my first building. They are using money from the so that's why, you know, when the sales drop, they cannot finish the building. This building cannot finish, the next building also cannot finish. So it just collapse like a domino pieces. Right? So these are all what we call 重诈, double deceit. Right? So it's one thing that doesn't exist, create another thing that doesn't exist with stuff that doesn't exist and also doesn't exist. Right? It make you artificially bigger. So if you want to be artificially bigger, you know, this is going to be the thing, right? So now just be careful, and also again, like any other balloon. So there is a huge balloon in the AI industry right now, right? So, you know, whereby the big players of the AI industry. So big player of the AI is OpenAI, Nvidia, Oracle, other big data center, they are moving money among themselves, right? So like the more classical one is that, you know, what we call the Nvidia, right? So Nvidia, because they need what we call they need the AI, right? So what they do is that they invest into OpenAI, right? So then OpenAI need data center, so they invest in Oracle itself. So Oracle need the processor to run, so they invest into Nvidia, right? So now this circle here, you know, is like they invest on each other. Actually, did anything happen? Probably no, right? So then, you know, it causes bubble. The causes bubble is because, you know, those people who trust in OpenAI, then OpenAI announced that, oh no, we got this big investment money coming in right now, our business is gonna grow, right? So and then the what we call the Oracle also, you know, tell people, I got this, you know, big customer coming in right now, business gonna grow. Then Nvidia gonna say, we got this, you know, big purchase coming in right now, you know. In actual sense, did they actually deliver any actual product? Don't know. Did the thing grow? Doesn't know. But the money that people pump into this organization is gonna get more lah. Right? So now what they do with the money? At this current moment, don't know yet. Right? So if all the owner decide to liquidate, take their money, and then they chow, the business, you know, cannot run, it collapses, you know, you guys are the one that bear the risk for believing their, you know, big things, right? So this is what we call a deceit. Can I understand? Right? So no, so if you are doing a reading and, you know, the other party, you know, seems to land the situation, you can see that double deceit, that if you're not the one applying, mean that people is applying to you, that's all only. Right, can so depend on how you structure the thing, right? So come, let's go in and take a look at the demo as usual, right? So this is typing Astro, dear. Typing Astro, right? So you can go in and, you know, look for typing Astro, right? So typing Astro currently got a parts plotter and also the QiMen, right? So no, this is what you can do. So like for example, this is the current hour, right? So no, the current hour, no, this is 6 o'clock. So I do it now, right? So change it. So we go plot the chart. So this is the chart for the current hour, right? Current hour chart, right? So when you create the account that time, right? So you actually need to put in your birth date, you know, at least for the QiMen side, okay? Right? So which means that your birth will be put in, and the this is the 3 victory, right? So now one day we will talk about the 3 victory, but not right. So you know, 3 victory also is one of the more popular secret technique, not very secret technique. Right, so that's basically that, right? So this one will plot all your 3 victory, right? So no, you can even go in and look for your 3 victory chart on different date, right? So this is a QiMen plot, right? So this is the QiMen plot for the hour. So QiMen usage is actually just the hour chart only. Year chart, month chart, day chart is very rare that you would use it. It is not what we call canon application. Right, the original application is just the hour chart, and it is used to do forecast. Forecast means that given my current situation, if I were to proceed with my current plan, how thick is the wall that I'm gonna knock my head onto? That's basically called forecast. Right, so you know, that's where you do reading, right? So then you can see that there is a lot of formation, right? So right? So of course, it only at the if you're paying for the what we call professional level. So it's the paying customer that would have automatically all this put in, right? So can you see like Dragon Return, you know, you can click on it, right? So you know, it tells you stuff, so that it's easy for you. Now noble deception, so this is the last one, establishing strong connection itself, right? So you can see that the noble connection is about relationship. So the 3 deception is information deception, asset deception. Asset deception means things that are real physical. Dead stuff lah, got dead stuff, okay? Information is floaty stuff. Information is imaginative stuff, right? So double deception is asset, dead stuff, and then the last noble deception is going to be human, no? Right, makes sense, right? No, it covers all 3 realms. So you know, it's like you wanna cheat what first? You want to create what image you use, whichever deception that you need to use, you know, to create the thing, right? So what I'm going to show you is this, right? So there is this thing called strategic execution. So this is where you can search for stuff, right? So let's take a look at, let's say that we take for November until December. Let's go November until December, end of December, right? So then it's called QiMen structure. So you can go in and take a look at the 3 deception. So today we are going to do double deception. Is this easy? Right? Using software is this easy, right? So in the olden day, if you need to do, you need to go and plot the chart first, which is very time consuming. Then after plotting the chart, you need to go through the chart one by one to search for it. So like this one, you don't need to. They will give you the thing, right? So the nearest one you can do is on the 29th, which is tomorrow, 9 to 11 o'clock. Okay, so now we can take a look at the chart. Right, 9 to 11 o'clock. So we got the double deception on the west side. Right, so you got the double deception on the west side. So for those of you who are practicing manifestation, so 9 to 11 o'clock tomorrow, right? Usually I will tell you 9:30 because the energy signature do not just go in and turn at sharp 9 o'clock. So I'll give you 30 minutes, right? So I'll give you 30 minutes to make sure all the energy will have gone in to ensure that you're in the right energy frame. Then you can sit. This one you don't need now. Again, yesterday we talked about sector versus directional. So this is a directional doing thing. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the toilet. Toilet a bit more difficult. You can be in your car. Don't care. You can be in the park. There is actually no space requirement, right? So then you back yourself. So you look at the east, back the west, and then you can do your manifestation, right? So your manifestation should be in relation with applying the double deception to, bamboozle, whatever that you want to call it, the other party to believe in that you have certain asset that probably you don't have. Right, so that's what you do, right? So that's what you do for a manifestation, right? So or the actual application is you want to go to the bank to basically present your asset. Maybe those assets are not real assets. I don't know why. Right, you set up yourself at the east side of the bank first before the hours of 9 o'clock. So which means 7-8 o'clock you need to be at the east side of the bank. Then you sit there, you wait until 9:30. 9:30 you travel towards the bank. The bank need to be in the west. All right, so how do I ensure the bank is at the west side? Hello, open the map, find the map, then you see which is the nearest mama store on the east. You sit there until 9 o'clock right? Then you travel to the bank lah. So 9 o'clock, I don't know whether the bank is open or not. Probably bank open at 10 lah. So in Malaysia, only 10 o'clock, only the counter staff the guard will open the piece of wood from the glass door to let you in. Okay. Right, so you travel there and then you see your bank officer. Right, back east facing west. No, John, is back west. The double deception is in the West Palace. Okay, double deception is in the West Palace. Right, so in what we call whatever is the manifestation is backing that thing. Right, so manifestation is backing. So if you are sitting in a meeting formation, meeting with people, right? If you're sitting in a meeting table, then you sit backing west, right? You have the double deception backing you. Okay, right? So it is called you need to know that whether you are using the active formation. Active formation is traveling towards active formation. Passive formation is sitting behind. So a meeting when you are sitting is basically passive, right? So a manifestation is a passive activity. So again, if you feel like this is all very confusing, great. Now you start to appreciate, Chinese art is not that easy to use, right? So you need a certain level of understanding to see the situation first before you can, apply this, right? So, but at this current moment, a lot of people application is just backing, right? Because why? You don't raise army and attack people anyway, right? So right now. So if you are going for a negotiation, so you are the guest, you're going to negotiate with this and you're going to use double deception, then same thing. Position the office building that you're going to go through for the negotiation in the west. You go to the east first. You have your breakfast, whatever. When the time comes, 9:30 onward, you travel towards the west, towards the building that you're going to do negotiation. Right? Then thereafter, you know, when you go into the room, it doesn't matter where you sit. Awesome. Not difficult. Okay, 明白啊，可以啊 right? So can use so now this is, you know, how to read it, how to do, right? So now in the olden day, the challenge after you learn this is to find the actual configuration, but you know, through the use of software, you know, close eye can find. Okay, so no more challenge on this already. You just need to understand how to use this already. Done. Right, so you don't even need to go and discover the formula. In the olden day, you need to go and discover the formula somewhere, right? So like right now, it is all over the internet. You can search. Okay, right? You can search. If you can read Chinese, good for you. There is a lot of stuff to read, you know, although half of it is rubbish. But it is good for reading, right? So if you're Chinese, there's a lot. English translation, I find a lot of the translation basically doesn't reach the level that's required, you know, too literalative for the translation. Okay, right? So can right? So now go and use your double deception. So right now you got the 3 precious that you can use. Then you got your what we call forgot what deception, real deception and double deception, right? So you know, Saturday bank close. Good. Sus, you're good. Yeah, Saturday bank is closed, but you know, how much subscription per year? I don't know. You go and click on it. We have a they are running a Black Friday sign up right now. Yeah, so go and click on it, see what's the price. I actually don't know. Right, so you see, I have ChatGPT subscription, which I don't know actually how much. Click on it. I got Zoom subscription, which I also don't know how much. Click on it. Right, for software that I use, I usually don't really care how much it is, right? So it's useful, right? Because I can always earn back, right? So I can always earn back the money. So you know, it's not something that, you know, you can show on the chart because we have open door and thing and earth, right? So no, can you show it on a chart because we have, what, showing the open door or open door thing and also earth lah. You take a look at the west, right? You take a look at the west side. I can't draw on this, you know, because I don't have an overlay of a drawing software on the internet. It's just here. You can take a look at the west. West is the formation of thing, open door, right? So because the rules for it is that it's either you got yi ping ting, either one of these 3 at the stem, and then you got open rest door or also your live door. Then you know you got your earth lah. Right? So like for example, this is application in open door. So if you're going to borrow loan, this is good. If you are going to extend a loan that you know you already have, extend your payment term, then live door will be much more useful. Okay, yeah. Open door, you know, is for you to have a new one, right? So and thing is good for you for documentation submission. Yi is to build relationship with the other party. Okay, right? That's it. See you guys. Pretty simple. Bye.